Unmute
Okay.
yourself. There you go.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Hi.
my
I can
gosh.
see
How old
you.
are you?
I'm 21.
21 years old.
Yes,
Single or
ma'am.
married? I'm assuming single.
Single.
All
Yes.
right. Do you think modern women understand how bad things have really gotten?
Truthfully, I think modern women do. I want to ask you if you think that we understand
Hell
how
no.
bad it's gotten. No.
Absolutely not.
I
I
think
think
that
I,
this
I think that most women think that things are bad for many women, just not them. I don't think that they realize that they are them.
mm, I okay. I think that's like a deflection. Like that's just something that women say like in a conversation, say the women that get on your broadcast and they're communicating with you, taking that accountability and saying, "Yeah, I'm one of those women." I think that just is like a fight or flight response to the question.
I don't think many women are self-aware. I have done this for over a year, and most women have not even thought about the math that it would take to raise three children and be a wife. How else can you get almost 99% of the women coming up on my platform and wanting men making $100,000 or more, $200,000 or more? There's just not that many men. But yet, just like I asked a lot of women, what do you rank yourself? And they're all eights. I'm like, well, if Beyonce's an eight, you're an eight. I think most women don't realize that they are part of the problem. How long have you been watching my platform? Did you mute yourself? You muted yourself, probably.
Unmute. Okay. Wait, I can't see you.
Yeah, that's
Am I
okay. How long have you been
that's
watching my platform?
throwing me off? I've known of you for like a year and I've
Hmm.
watched a few of your broadcasts.
Okay. Well, if you watch about at least five of them,
Mm-hmm.
you'll start to see a through line.
Mm-hmm.
There's a high level of denial and
Mm-hmm.
delusion. So at your age, maybe your peer group is a lot smaller, but and it doesn't matter what side of the country, what time zone, even really what generation. There's a through line that relationships are difficult, and many modern women don't have the skills to do long-term relationship.
We're talking about modern women in this country, in the United States, or in
Well, yeah,
first world countries.
in this country, that's the only
This
country.
country. I personally feel like we haven't been taught those skills.
Were your
So,
mother and father married?
were my mother and father married?
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father were divorced when I was 4, and then I grew up with my stepfather. They've
Okay.
been married
Who was supposed
for
if you
15
were
years.
if you were to learn those skills, who was supposed to teach you?
My mother and my father. My father, in relation, it specifically about how to communicate with men and deal with men. My father should have taught me those skills.
Um, okay. And to learn relationship skills, you're supposed to learn them from your father.
And my mother and my father.
Who's primary?
Mother,
Right. So
right.
if you didn't learn it, who dropped the ball? Mothers or fathers?
My mother,
Mothers.
because
Mothers are the first teachers of their children. So
yes.
even if I say, grant the argument that you weren't taught, women have always taught women of the group how to
Mm,
be wives and mothers. So now women are teaching women how to get jobs. The broadcast I do on Friday, the sister daughter broadcast, and when I drop the dime and tell most women that the big problem most women have today is they can't check their mother. They won't hold their mothers accountable because their mothers failed them.
right.
It doesn't mean
100%.
you don't love your mother, but if your mother taught you how to get out here and hustle and this and that, but she didn't teach you how to get along with the very men that you would like to couple with, because fathers don't teach you that. Fathers teach you what a man's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mothers are supposed to teach you how to serve and cooperate with that man through what she does. So in the
So now,
West, in the
so
West, in the West, this is the issue because of womanism, feminism, or anything else. In other countries where that leans more patriarchal, you still see some of these things. Go ahead.
so now we're in the situation where the mothers have failed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say that a percentage of our male population has failed as fathers. I don't know how you feel about that statement,
I think
but
failed his father's how.
uh, not being around, the deadbeat dad
Excuse me, are you talking about
trope,
black men?
talking about black men.
Okay, that's absolutely wrong according to the data and the facts. Black men, 51% of black men, 54% of black men are single and childless, 61% are in the middle class. According to the CDC, black men are statistically the best, most involved fathers in the country. The absolute facts and data have disproven this
As
BS.
it stands
Excuse me,
today.
the facts and data have disproven this over and over again. This is stuff that black women say to discredit black men.
Could
This is
it
why
have been
excuse me,
true
excuse
in
me,
like
excuse me, excuse me. This is why you have so many non-black women coming over to black men because black men are more willing to even work with women because most come from patriarchy. Could it have been true? Not in the ways it's been said. No, no. The data's there, ma'am.
the data is there for 2021, but I'm thinking
No,
about we're
no,
because
young lady, are you in college?
no.
Okay.
Well, maybe I should rephrase that. May I rephrase that?
You don't. I'm just being. I'm gonna try to help you.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about. You know what you've been told.
Right.
You've been told that black men are not up to par, and that's not true,
Well, but then I have my experience and like
ma'am.
everyone,
Ma'am,
not sorry.
54% of black men are single and childless. That means there can't be a plethora of deadbeat dads, with over half of black men have no children. 61% are in the middle class. 30% of black men are married. That means the bulk of the children in the black community are being made by roughly less than 20% of the men. You
Of
can't
what
say black, you
percentage?
cannot say that black men and the stereotype of the deadbeat dad is accurate. It's not even precise. It's simply untrue.
Of what percentage of
It's simply untrue.
may I ask?
54% single, childless. 30% married. That's
Right.
84%,
So
right? That's 84%, right?
okay.
That means 16% of men roughly account for the lion's share of the children in the black community. What percentage of black children in the black community are born into a single parent household?
That is the question I was getting.
80%.
Okay.
80%. 80%. 80%. And now these men, single parent household means unmarried, right?
Right.
Right. And these women are having children with men who have children with other women.
Right.
54% of black men are single and childless. So you have less than 20% of the men making all these kids with women who know these men are not married to their baby mama, and they're choosing to lay down and choosing to carry a child to pregnancy and choosing to be a single parent. The largest group of first-time mothers, single mothers, are college educated women in their 30s.
Right. Right. So we're
So,
talking
so
about
the myth of the deadbeat dad is untrue. And what state do you live in?
New Jersey.
Go down to your local family court on any Tuesday and sit in family court for 30 days, and you will see what happens to men when they go to court. Women can go to court right now and they don't have to have any money. They get represented by the state. Men have to come up with tens of thousands of dollars just to try to get custody. Watch the channel. I don't want to. There's just so much in this. When you say deadbeat, I just because that's how all this stuff got started. We don't hold women accountable for the fracturing of the family and why things are the way they are. We always look to find the way the man is at fault. That's how we got started right here, because we were talking about one situation, and like most black women, you try to go around and say, well, then black men have something to do with it too.
Well, it takes two people to create a child.
It takes one to
Is it
decide,
not?
ma'am. Okay, and what does that and that means what?
So I wanted to get to
It take no,
the
I mean that means what? No, we don't finish this thought. It means what?
well, the statistics of
It
single
takes two
parent.
people to create a child. It means what?
I'm going to connect that to this statement that I'm making now because you kind of said a lot in the last few
I can
minutes.
do
And
that. It's my platform.
I know, but I'm trying to keep up and tie all together
Mm-hmm.
instead of just answering like one section, which I feel like we're not really bringing the whole piece together.
Well, it's because you
Because
don't
the
know what you're
modern,
talking about. It's
because
because
the
you don't
modern,
know what you're talking about. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Saying it takes two people to make a child. Yeah, but only one person can decide whether or not to bring it to term. And when most people are laying down and having sex, they're not choosing to make a child. They're having sex.
Mhm. So we're talking about the women that are making these choices now, the women that are sleeping with these men and getting pregnant now are fully grown women. You're saying majority of them in their 30s. That means that they grew up in the 80s and the 90s till now. So what was the percentage of single mothers and fathers then over that time period, not the statistics that we're getting today?
Why?
Because that will show you the character of the man and how, and
No,
I'm
it
not saying
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
that,
And see, guys,
well,
this is what
sorry,
I want you guys to understand. This is
could
what
I
I
just
want.
finish this
Nope, nope,
one?
nope. This is what I need you guys to understand. They don't like holding women accountable. See,
I,
when it's moving the goalposts. No, ma'am, because
I
what you want
don't
to say.
think
Well,
I
the facts are
understand
no,
football.
no, no,
I
no.
don't.
See, this is what it is today. But let's go back to see what the stats were with their fathers. In my father's generation, you still had similar statistics, ma'am. Bottom line is, women choose when children are born.
Sorry.
This is
Okay.
this is the woman. Okay, going asking me a question about the statistics of the 90s and 80s. That when you're 21 years old to try to prove a point, you can't make that point. You're just looking for some way to end up making your argument
Well, I
stick.
wasn't there, so I'm just trying to connect it and make it make sense for me so that
How about this? The
I can
problem
just
starts with the women.
okay. It's
The women control access to childbirth and sex.
so we're saying
True or
that
false?
true.
All right. So a child cannot be born if a woman does not want to carry it to term, regardless as to who had sex with what. If I had sex with you and you wanted to terminate your pregnancy, could I force you to have our child? Absolutely not.
Right.
So, regardless as it takes two people, it takes one to decide.
Okay. I'll accept that.
Let me ask you a fundamental question.
Okay.
The breakdown of the nuclear family, the majority of
Yes.
responsibility lies, the breakdown of the nuclear family in the black community, the majority of the responsibility lies upon the black man or the black woman.
The breakdown
Mm-hmm.
as far as the structure, as far as like the leadership.
The dissolution, the breakup, ma'am. I'm not going to give you any specifics. It's a general question.
Okay, I would say the black man,
Thank you.
ideally.
Thank you. Thank you. And this is where this woman, this feminist stuff, at 21 years old, no, with no real thoughts of training, this is what we get. When you just say 50, the breakdown of the black family, we have an almost 60% divorce rate in
Mm-hmm.
this country, okay, in our black community. Black women marry at a rate out of 26%, 1 in 4. So 3 out of 4 black women will never marry in their lifetime. So 1 out of 4 will marry.
Mm-hmm.
The average black marriage lasts 5 years. So when we get to that 60% divorce rate of these few black marriages that black women and black men are in, what percentage of divorces are filed by black women?
I have heard you say this. I don't know the percentage, but majority of them.
The majority. So when you look at the breakdown of the family, who's filing for divorce?
Women.
Hmm?
The women.
Well, then
Oh, okay. Now I'm getting it.
that's who's
Okay.
responsible. The person that leaves. The number one cause of divorce is filing for divorce. If you have 80% of the children being born to fatherless homes, that's women deciding to have children before they have the benefit of marriage.
So where is this coming from though? Like why is a whole group of women perpetuating this behavior? Like it seems ridiculous. Obviously it's ridiculous. You know, we see the women come onto your broadcast.
Why do you think it is, ma'am? Because women have freedom.
I
Because
honestly
women have freedom. Black women have freedom. Black women
okay.
have freedom, and
Yeah.
black women have freedom, and they have been freed from the black men because in 1965, the Great Society came along. And guess what? Black women were given the option.
That's what I was trying to get to, but then it
Uh,
continues
well,
there.
but you don't know. But you weren't even. Anyway.
I know, but I try
Then
to
why are you
I
asking, ma'am? Then why are you
that.
asking? Then
I try to
if
put
you
that
know
in
if you
the
no
dots.
if you know that, then you know why the breakdown of the black family happened. Women chose government assistance, government benefits over a man in the house.
But at the same time,
Do you not know that?
I know that.
Okay,
And I feel like,
then how can you say that black men are responsible if you know that one fact?
well, no, not that they're responsible, that maybe that they were used in that moment
No,
in
that weren't you. See again, that's bullshit.
no,
There we
no,
go again. Nope, absolutely not. There we go again with that black women were used. Black, you're talking about adults.
no,
They
not
made
black
that.
women.
They
My
made black. So
I don't
black
think
women.
that.
So how were they? So they're not
No, I
responsible.
was saying that maybe black men were used in the same scheme of the government that handed government assistance to black women
Black
in
women had a choice.
at the same time that
Black women had a choice.
our community,
Black women had
that
a choice.
cocaine had entered
Black
our
women had a
community.
choice. Black women had a choice. This is the modern feminist. This is a pro black feminist. This is your problem. This is what black men are not dating. As cute as she is, it's a wrap. This is what black men are having to deal with. This is what they're having to deal with. A bunch of useless knowledge going to a feminist ideal. This is what is proper. This is what's going on. So many colleges and I'm glad I took this call because you older ladies want to see what you wrought. And women of my generation, this is the product. 21 years old. This is the product. Generation X, this is your daughter. Putting the ask, who would you hold responsible for the breakdown of the black family? And even knowing the Great Society and the Monahan Report, she still puts it to black men. This is that color purpling of the black community. This is why so many black men are tired. You're talking to yourself. Now you can go ahead and you can't
Sorry.
overtalk me. I
Oh, I
had to
was
mute
on
you.
mute. I
Yeah,
didn't.
because you're not going to overtalk me. That's the thing. Because I don't mute you, but you're not going. When I have to start raising my voice, and I know you could hear me, right?
I tend to do that. It just like happens.
So you tend to be rude.
It's not that I try to be rude. I'm just very like spontaneous, impulsive, not spontaneous, impulsive at
Do
times.
you
So
have a
it's like
job? Do you have a job?
I haven't worked since COVID. I've been
Okay.
trading in this
Okay.
foreign exchange market.
Okay. Do you do that when your manager's talking? When you had a job?
When I had a job, I'm sorry, what was the question?
When you had a job, did you just overtalk your employer too?
Prior to COVID, I had worked for myself for 2 years driving DoorDash deliveries, and I
Mm-hmm.
work for myself. So I never really cared to have a boss, and that's why I'm pursuing
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneurship.
Yeah, this is all bad.
Is it bad?
Yep, all bad, all bad.
So, but
Because
where do
Because ma'am, you cannot like it, but the reality is you cannot keep deflecting and not putting responsibility for the fracture of the black family everywhere else other than with black people.
Mhm.
And if who is choosing today to have children without marriage in the freest lead, no Jim Crow, no segregation, none of that stuff, 80% choosing, knowing all the facts, the data, statistics. Children tend to do better in a nuclear parent household. We know these facts, right?
Yes, 100%.
Then why are black women still choosing to have children outside of the bonds of marriage at an 8 out of 10 rate? Why do you think black women are doing that?
I think that Black women are reacting kind of unconsciously from trauma. There's a word for this. It's cognitive dissonance, where
It's
in
called
your,
bullshit.
I mean, but that's
It's called
it's the
bullshit.
only
It's
explanation.
called it's
It's
called
the only
bullshit.
explanation.
It's called bullshit. Yep. And this is why I do what I do. Black women are always the victim. Obsidian calls them the victim queens. They're never responsible. It's always somebody else's fault. Cognitive dissonance, racism, white supremacy, Jim Crow, Mr. did it, color purple. It's always somebody else's fault. How do you build anything? Gentlemen, avoid women who think like that. You're not going to change them. You don't try to save them. Avoid them. Don't be rude to them. Don't be mean to them. The worst thing you can do is get into a relationship and reproduce with a woman who thinks like that. There'll be no peace. There'll be no tranquility. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right is what you saw in a 21-year-old. DoorDash. I mean, glad you got a job, you entrepreneur thing, but why are 21-year-old women this damn aggressive and angry? You got to ask. Just because she wasn't calling a bunch of bitches and hoes and so forth, the outcome is still the same. Black man, is your fault. Can't make this shit up, man. You cannot make this shit up. That's why I let the last call go. Godfather is pretty.
And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. More respect on Kevin Samuels, Godfather. I mean, he did so well for the black community, standing up for black men. I think at least we should be grateful for what he has done. I mean, at least just trying to defend black men. And not just defend them, being honest, because whatever he did in his videos, he backed it up with statistics. So I think we should be giving credit to him for not allowing these type of women to just make black men look dirty, right? The statistics he put out there, black men are the most involved fighters in the country. I've not been here that much long. I left Africa 2019, so I'm not pretty much good when it comes to statistics and all that, but at least I've seen and I've experienced these things when it comes to our women, right? And you look at a 22-year-old girl and the way she speaks and all those things. Let's be honest. This lady wasn't super aggressive that much. She wasn't combative. Wasn't that disrespectful. Wasn't disrespectful. Let me just put it that way. But whatever that came out of this lady's mouth tells you who she is, right? At 23. So imagine this lady hitting 30. And with this kind of brainwashing, because they've brainwashed her to believe that black men are the problem, black men are the cause of what is happening in the community. Let's not try to curb. What she has been told is what she's using, and what she has been all about in this conversation. The statistics are quite obvious, but she always tried her best to look for problem or to look for something to justify why black women are acting the way they're acting. When in reality, it is like you just cannot justify it. The statistics are pretty much clear. Whenever he tried to bring up something, it's always about what about, let's use statistics gone are the days. How about we just use we are current? Let's use current statistics. But she has been brainwashed to the point that she thinks that black men are the reason why the black community is where it is right now. And it's never true. The statistics and everything. 20% of black men are holding the lion's share of the case. So that tells you everything you need to know. The reality is, most of our women are looking for the top tier men. This thing is not happening by coincidence. It's not happening that way. It's just the fact that black women are so kind of, money are, let me just put it this way. How do I put it to make sense to you guys? Money has been ingrained in their brains to the point that if you are not making money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, then you are not what they were taught to look for. So the 20%, 10% of black men that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, all those women, all those black women, or all our black women are looking towards them. And that is why 20% of black men are holding the lion's share of the case. That's just the truth. It's nothing, spiritual, it's nothing that, you don't need science to prove this. It's because of the money. They are just, if you are not making hundreds of thousands of dollars, then you are not in their budget. That's what their moms told them. Go in for the best guy possible that is making the highest of money. And this is sad, and that is why our community is getting what it is right now. Guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.